Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 1363, and that is in continuation of the integration of sensors modules in robot and use of artificial intelligence combined technology. This is part 3, and today's it will be the last lecture on sensors, different type of sensors. And I have already told you in the beginning that there are thousands and thousands of sensors of different types, but I have selected here few dozen which are very much used in our daily life, which has lot of applications like fingerprint sensor, flame detection sensor, alcoholic detection sensor, metal detector sensor, like there are so many. So these are all very, very important sensors which are playing very important role. And if you recall, in the previous lecture I have mentioned that these sensors application along with artificial intelligence combined robotic technology is playing very important role to accelerate the industrial production, agriculture production, and even in energy sector also. So I have already told you about the water as well as agriculture, but in energy sector nowadays we are using for solar system by manufacturing solar panels to challenge the petroleum and nuclear source of energy. But here we are facing challenges. The challenges are for that solar panel energy. Let me give some little background, because this is known as photovoltaic technology. Photovoltaic technology means we are manufacturing silicon semiconductor cell. That silicon semiconductor cell is called photovoltaic cell. Photovoltaic cell, and these cells are that is silicon is used as semiconductor, and this silicon, the role of this silicon, that's why this silicon is playing very important role since 1980s. That's why you might have heard in America, in California, they have developed one big city that is called Silicon Valley. Means in 90s it was used for television, mobile, smartphone, all these. And today now the same silicon is widely used in solar panel to construct, to build, that is voltaic cells. Solar voltaic cells means these cells, they are capable of absorbing the sunlight in the form of photon. So it's your sunlight, sun is giving, sun is producing photon in the form of sunlight, and this photon is absorbed by this small silicon photovoltaic cell. And for your kind information, today in 2025, photovoltaic cell technology is having more than 500 billion US dollar market, and in coming 5 to 10 years it is going to cross 1 trillion US dollar market. The reason is that the best source of neat and clean energy without any carbon emission, or we can say without any atmospheric pollution, solar is the best option, where it is converted through photovoltaic cell. But the challenge is that is now overtaken by robotic as well as artificial intelligence combined, because these sensors, when it is integrated, they are monitoring the amount and intensity of radiation from sun, what should be the direction, and how much we are getting, and how the sensors are indicating the data, that how the cloud is moving, how the climate is giving the response. All are under control and under your observation, and so that you can go accordingly. And that is on the basis of the intensity of radiation in the form of photon. And this photon is nothing but is a bundle of energy. So this photon is absorbed by these silicon cells. They are known as photovoltaic cells. And these photovoltaic cells, when they will absorb the energy, then the electrons will be released. And these electrons are nothing, it is flow of electricity. And this flow of electricity is DC in the form of direct current. And then you have to allow inverter. This inverter will convert into alternate current. And then your battery is going to store it. So this is how you are going to get a renewable source of energy, and that can take care the domestic houses, industrial complexes, and lot of other activities can be done. But the challenges are still we are facing of the weather pattern, cloud, sunshine, but all these things slowly are overtaken, because in this radiation, what it is falling, mostly it is infrared radiation, and that infrared radiation, even after sunset, some of these radiations are radiated. And if that one is captured, is absorbed by the same voltaic cell, so that in the night, without sunshine, 24-hour supply of electricity will be there by solar panel, and your battery will be to store it. So this is how we are going to manage the energy by use of AI and robotic. Now I am going to show you some of the sensors images. This is solar sensor and combined with artificial intelligence monitoring system, and it will monitor the intensity of radiation, sunshine, and all the data will be collected, so that we will be knowing what potential of solar photon we are going to receive by our solar panel. It is called sun sensor. This sun sensor, the main role is that it will give the information about the solar radiation, and also it will give the direction even to aeroplane. Nowadays, by sensing, it will give the information that in what direction and what is the position, so that they can take care, and some other multi-purpose uses are there for this this sun sensor. This is called fingerprint sensor, and we are used to it because on the basis of fingerprint we are identified in our banks, in our institutions. This is alcohol sensor. The code number is MQ3, and this sensor is used to detect the alcoholic vapor. It's so sensitive that it will immediately give in the form of data that what percentage of alcohol is coming from your mouth once it is put in your mouth, and it will immediately absorb the vapor, and it will be detected the alcohol. Once this sensor is integrated with a microcontroller, it will detect different type of color, and that's why it is widely used in different industries to understand the bright or dull color of any component. This sensor is IR metal detector, and we are all familiar. Once we are going to airport or any other places where security is there, it is widely used by the security people, and they will check with the help of this sensor whether you have some metallic item or not. This is temperature humidity sensor. It will measure, and I have already told you that some other type of sensors are also installed in agriculture. This will give about the weather and climate and humidity. It is called GSM sensor. Is very common in our smartphone and some other cars. It will give the direction, and all the navigation will be taken care of by this sensor. So it is very common in use. It is transmitter sensor. It will this sensor is very important to transmit the required amount of wavelength, radio frequency or IR to use for different purpose. It is called accelerator sensor or motion sensor, and it is responsible of controlling the motion or some engine overheating or overrunning. All these are controlled by this sensor. This sensor is called IR flame detector. It will immediately detect that whether in smart houses it is installed, that whether there is chance of flame or not, so that quickly you can take the step. It is called speed sensor. It can control the speed of the vehicle or any other devices where you want to control the speed. This sensor is used. So here I have written in the form of summary for these 12 very important sensors, their application and uses, and you have already seen the images. So number one is speed sensor module, and it measures the speed of vehicles useful in automotive industry, and it is integrated in microcontroller system, and I have already mentioned all this in previous lecture. Number two, that is IR flame detector sensor module. It detects the flame and heat, triggering alarms. By triggering alarm, you will know that there is some chance of flame, used in home security, smart home. Number three, accelerometer. So accelerometer sensor measures vibration, and it is used in automobile industries to measure vibration, and also in some machines also. Number four, RF433 megahertz transmitter sensor. It is mainly used in communication to know the transmit data in wireless. Number five, GSM sensor. Everybody is aware of GSM because navigation, it will give remote area direction and every information. So that is called GSM sensor. It is used in remote monitoring, provide remote access. Number six, temperature humidity sensor. Used to measure humidity and temperature in the environment. Number seven, LM393 metal sensor, commonly known as metal detector. The IR is there, infrared, and it will detect if there is any metal anywhere in any part of the body. So that is, it is widely used for metal detection in security and industrial purpose. Number eight, color sensor. It is used for color detection to identify the intensity of the color in any object. Number nine, alcohol sensor. Alcohol sensor, it is used to measure the percentage of alcohol in your blood, because once your breath is there or inside mouth, whatever vapor is coming, this is so sensitive, it will detect that what percentage of alcohol it is there in your stomach, in your blood, whether you have taken alcohol or not. Especially it is checked for driving purpose, because alcohol is prohibited during driving. Then number 10, fingerprint is sensor. Fingerprint sensor is very common. Everybody is giving the impression of their finger to detect their identity. It is widely used at airport and for some security reason. Then sun sensor. It is used for solar tracking the position of the solar, in which direction it is. It will locate the sun by tracking and the sun position. So in this case, we can use for our solar panel efficiency of the we can say solar energy collection, and also nowadays it is used by aeroplane also, so that they will be aware of the movement of the sun. Then number 4 is solar sensor. One is sun sensor, otherwise solar sensor. It is used for the measurement of the solar radiation in the form of infrared or ultraviolet in the environment, so that they are aware of the condition of the environment. So with this I will stop the lecturing on sensors which are used in robotic and artificial intelligence technology combined. My next lecture will start with question: why should we introduce, why it is very important to introduce these two technologies, combination of these two technologies, artificial intelligence and robotic, at school level in Nigeria. What are their benefits if they are skilled? How our future generations are going to get lot of opportunities, lot of possibilities, and also they can build their own system, or they can be entrepreneur, they can produce their own sensors, own object, any type of devices. One by one I will be taking, like in agriculture sector, health sector, automobile sector, different type of industries, all will be discussed one by one. And that's why it is high time for Nigeria. I am again and again repeating that let leadership come and establish. At least once I am in Borno State, Maiduguri University. In Borno State, in all schools, the artificial intelligence and robotic lab, practical lab, where they are learning by doing, not only by watching the lecture. By watching my lecture, they will be having basic concept, theory. But these new technologies, these emerging new technologies, they will learn more and more only by doing themselves, by building themselves. Different type of articles or different type of projects are given, and they are integrating all these sensors one by one. Then they will learn a lot. Once again, thank you very much for watching the lecture.